Hello and welcome to the Daily Dulcinea. Today is August 9th, 2008, and on this day in history in 1969, members of the Charles Manson cult killed 5 people in Bel Air, LA. And can you tell us who they killed that day?
Well, Kate, obviously this was a pretty horrible incident, and that day, actress Sharon Tate, famous Hollywood actress back then, at her house, she had invited over 3 of her friends, and
Because her husband,
famous director Roman Polanski
was away.
Was away, and it was reported that she was feeling kind of lonely, and she just wanted to be at her house and have a good night with her friends. So she invited over 3 of her friends, among them Abigail Folger, coffee heiress, and her boyfriend, and also a renowned hairstylist at the time. And Manson came in and murdered all 4 of them. So.
And it was actually Manson wasn't there, but
right.
4 of his cult members.
He orchestrated this event, and he got his quote unquote family to come to the house and murder them. And also one random person was there who was also visiting one of Sharon Tate's groundskeepers. He was there, and it was just wrong place, wrong time.
And Sharon Tate was actually 8 months pregnant.
Right, she was pregnant at the time, which made it even worse.
So what we don't want to get into the gruesome details, obviously, but there is something kind of noteworthy that people often refer to about this.
Well, yeah, I mean this is pretty horrible, but Sharon Tate was the last to die with her baby, and one of the people who was stabbing her, one of Manson's family members, actually took her blood and wrote on the wall "pig" in blood, which is obviously quite horrific, and that's one of the main things that sticks out in this case that people always kind of remember. So
right, a horrible act.
Horrible.
And what was their motive, if any?
Well, basically, Charles Manson was almost like their god. They did whatever he asked them to do, and this guy was truly twisted, to say the least. And the reason why he wanted them to do this was because he was an aspiring songwriter, and this is what one of the people who confessed said, that basically Doris Day's son, he lived at that house, and I guess Charles Manson dealt with him directly in terms of his songwriting and wanting a song to get recorded, and he completely turned him down and rejected him. So he harbored this animosity towards him and wanted his cult members to go to that house and kill everyone inside, not even knowing that he had rented it out to Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski. So. And it's not even like he really cared. He just wanted everyone in that house to die.
Right.
And he was the type of person that whenever he got something in his head, it would, that's what would happen.
And were they brought to justice?
Well, yeah. Eventually, actually, they were found in the Mojave Desert. They were
his cult, the Manson
his cult. Yeah. They actually got charged with just misdemeanor crime of vandalization. But it turns out that they went there, and one of the people who was in his family, they confessed to the crime of killing Sharon Tate, which was a huge national news story. This was, horrific. Everybody knew about it, but no one knew who did it. So once the police put 2 and 2 together, they linked Manson, and they linked the rest of the cult members, and they went on trial, and all of them were found guilty, except for one who was a star witness for the case. And she didn't actually go inside, but she stayed by the getaway car the entire time, which is still horrible, but she was the star witness of the case.
That allowed them to get the others.
Right.
And what was the sentence that Charles Manson received?
Well, he initially received the death penalty, but in 1972, the California State Supreme Court repealed the death penalty, so he's currently serving out a life sentence in California.
Okay, well, thank you for that sad report. And for more information on this story as well as others, please visit us at findingdulcinea.com. Thanks, and we hope to see you again tomorrow.